Hello, I'm Mary Stutts, CEO of the Healthcare Business Women's Association, and excited about this conversation that we're going to have today about the HBA's HOPE program. Launched in 2022, HBA's HOPE is a one-year leadership program, and it's for mid to senior level high potential talent from underrepresented groups, including women of color, LGBTQ, and women with ability diversity. So HBA's corporate partners are the ones who identify and support the employees who will participate and who do participate in the HOPE program. I love the program. It's one of the many great things that the HBA does. And today I'm here with Dr. Telesia Davis, HBA's Senior Director of Education, to talk about this year's HOPE program. Welcome, Telesia.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Excellent. So, Telesia, after last year's inaugural and very successful launch of the HOPE program, tell me about your vision of the program for this year.
Sure. First, let me speak to the success of the program last year. Obviously, it was our pilot program because we really wanted to test the model a bit to see if it was relevant to our scholars. So we're happy that we did have a successful year. And I'm pleased to announce that we tripled our enrollment for the year. We tripled it plus one. So we're really excited about that. And then in terms of the vision for the program, one of the things that was important to us was to really utilize the feedback we got from the first year cohort. And so we incorporated their feedback into the program for the year. We really wanted to make sure the activities and the topics that we discussed were relevant for them. So that's something that we did this year. And then we also aligned our full curriculum with the HBA Leadership Capabilities Framework. And for those who are not familiar with that, this is a document that was created many years ago by HBA volunteers, and it really outlines leadership capabilities that can position our members for advancement. And so we're really pleased that we have aligned that our curriculum this year to that framework. And then one other thing that I'm pretty excited about for the year is that we also decided to incorporate the annual conference as part of the curriculum because we believe that provides additional opportunities for education and networking. So in short, our vision is relevancy and access.
Excellent. I was excited about the program, and I think one of the things I'm so excited about with the HOPE program is the fact that it brings together cohorts of women from various parts, different companies in various parts of the health ecosystem, so that, as you know, the majority of development is done within companies in traditional programs, and even in some of our programs, they are contained to specific companies. But the beauty of the HOPE program is something that I'm excited about, that our advisory board and others and our corporate partners are excited about, is that we bring women from all different corporations together into the various cohorts. So you're being developed in conjunction with women from other organizations, again, from other parts of the health ecosystem. So that is just really adding to the professional development of the participants.
Absolutely. So, Mary, you are the embodiment of what many of our scholars strive to be. You've had all these accomplishments in your career, and now you're the CEO of the HBA. So, I'm just curious, in your career journey, how have mentors, such as the ones that we offer through the HOPE program, how did they kind of shape your trajectory and what you thought was possible?
Yeah, it has been an amazing journey, and I've loved every minute of it. And I have definitely had mentors as well as sponsors along the way. And that is something that I talk about a lot. As you know, my first book, The Missing Mentor, Women Advising Women on Power, Progress, and Priorities. And the important thing about mentoring is that we know the number one experience that women need to have, everybody needs to have, but certainly women need to have in order to develop their strategic thinking and leadership abilities. Number one experience is mentoring. And so I've had amazing mentors throughout my career, and my mentors have done, first and foremost, they've given me opportunities. Another challenge for women is that a lot of times we think we are not ready for a role if we don't have all of the exact experience. And so having those mentors who will be very not only frank with you but insightful. That's the value I've gotten from my mentors. Is they have given me so much insight about myself that they have observed that I wasn't even aware of, and those insights gave me the courage. It gave me the course correction that I needed, but it also gave me the willingness to take risk, because that's another thing that you hear a lot when you talk about women being developed, is that women are not willing to take risk. And as you can see from my career trajectory across, kind of worked across the health ecosystem, I don't have any problem taking risks. But a lot of that is because I have excellent mentors that I can vet things with, that are giving me input, giving me advice on what's a good next step, and evaluating, do you want to take just a regular step, or are you really looking a lateral? Or is it best for you to take a lateral move in a bigger organization or a different organization, or do you need a promotion right now to really step up to the next level? Those kinds of things are where your mentors will help you, and certainly your sponsors, who are the ones advocating for you when you're not in the room, when you are up for these big new opportunities. And I had some amazing mentors and sponsors who advocated for me when the HBA was vetting me as the CEO. So having your network of mentors throughout your career, it's going to change over time, but there should be some that kind of stick with you throughout your career. Very important. And that's what I see as a very key to my success.
Awesome. Well, that's exactly what we're trying to do. That we want to give our scholars the experience that you've had with your mentors. And so one of the things, we have really 3 objectives with the program. So the first of those is we really want our scholars to explore advancement opportunities within their own companies. We think that's really important. We also want them to explore approaches for navigating corporate culture. It takes a lot of doing, and sometimes, just kind of navigating and understanding what's actually happening. So we want them to explore that. And then we also want them to explore strategies for leveraging their differences and their strengths. We definitely don't see our scholars, we don't look at them like there's some sort of deficit or anything. We believe they come equipped. We believe they're high potential. So we want them to find out ways to leverage their differences and their strengths to bring visibility to their leadership capabilities, but also to advance the company. They bring value. And so we want them to explore those ways. So the way we do this, the way we accomplish it, we have 4 approaches. Mentoring is our first one. We provide access to executive leaders. So our mentors are former and current HBA board members, HBA advisory board members, we have HBA luminaries, and then we just have accomplished executives who work with us. So that's the first way that we approach our objectives. And then we also partner in terms of coaching. We partner with Coach Diversity, and this is a consulting firm that's housed at Howard University. And what we love about them is they provide both group and individual coaching for our scholars. And they provide this coaching by, or their coaches are professionals who are trained. They're highly trained and skilled with helping our scholars from underrepresented and sometimes underestimated backgrounds. Um, they really help them develop plans, like actionable plans and strategies for navigating corporate culture. So that's another way that we approach our goals. And then our educational program is another approach. We have quarterly lunch and learn sessions, and those are really, really great. We have more access to executives who share insights on kind of their own career journeys and provide advice. And then in addition to the lunch and learns, we also offer a complimentary virtual educational program of the scholar's choice. We kind of want them to focus on things that are important to them. And finally, this year, we're offering the complimentary registration to the annual conference. So that's our educational approach. And then lastly, we believe in the power of networking. And so we encourage all of our participants to participate in activities that feature networking, such as the annual conference. We want them to go in and really, to your point, Mary, you're always stressing this, that they have opportunities to interact with people across the industry. So those are our approaches, and we're pretty excited about those.
Excellent.
And so I have another question for you. Before we knew you were going to be the CEO, we had absolutely no clue that that was happening. But before we knew that, we asked you to participate in the program as a mentor. And so you didn't even, I mean, it was like instantly we asked and you said, count me in. So I'm curious, from your perspective, why was becoming a Hope mentor important to you? And what do you hope your mentor, as well as all of the, or your scholar, as well as all of the other scholars, will get out of these mentor-scholar relationships?
Yeah, I absolutely was all in the minute I heard you were doing it for all of the reasons that you just described as far as about the program itself. But why it was so important to me to be able to participate is, as you know, I, for many years at all the different companies where I've worked as a woman in leadership, I have spoken at all different types of events and conferences and things like that. And it never fails that when I'm done, I have women who will come up to me, even at annual conference, I'll hang out in the open areas just to meet
Right.
people. And there's always this line of women who are talking to me and they have all these questions about their career. And two things that struck me very early on was that one, I actually had answers and recommendations because I had lived it. And that's what happens, which is why it's so great that the HBA has all these senior level executive women like myself who've been involved all these years, but have had these long running careers, and pretty much things that come up that women coming up the ladder now are experiencing are things that a lot of us have experienced, and we actually have the answers and some recommendations and advice that we can give them. And I just love being able to help women achieve success with their career. The whole career development, that's kind of like a big pet project of mine over the years, is to make sure that women have their career development plans. They understand the importance of having them, of working them, of making sure that they're talking them through with their boss and with others. And so that type of knowledge of the structure for your development, more so than the actual development itself, is that could be a game changer for women. It's not a haphazard thing, but there's a very real approach to it, which is all a part of what happens in the HOPE program. And so being able to participate in that and see how the women are progressing, talk through with them their career development plans, and understand what are the key roadblocks, if they have them, or opportunities, or whatever it is that they are needing that advice and counsel on, and listening to them is really important. And I love doing that with women because remember, 70% of the healthcare workforce
Mhm.
is female. And we have lost a lot of women in the field. And we are on the brink of a real public health crisis if we cannot figure out how
Mhm.
to not only continue that pipeline of women into the field, but to actually develop them and help them stay and progress their careers into leadership. So that's the other reason why the
Mhm.
Hope Mentor program is so important to me. And that's what I am really looking to make sure that my scholar and all of the scholars get out of the program is that ongoing, not only commitment to stay in the field, but the belief and the recognition that the HBA is a tremendous resource for them to be
Mhm.
successful and to help them and guide them along that path from very entry level, starting their career, all the way up to C-suite, to the boardroom, even to entrepreneurship, as we see a lot of women moving into that space as well. And that's why I love doing this.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, so while Hope is a relatively new HBA offering, I know there has to be key kind of aha moments that stand out for you in the program. So can you share a few of those with me?
Sure. I can at least think of three aha moments. So the first one I think that was a aha moment, not just for me, but for our staff team, was when we started this program, we knew we wanted to focus on advancement. We wanted that to be a major focus of the program. And so, of course, you hope that the program that you put in place does that, like it, facilitates that kind of development. So when I heard the stories that the cohort from last year shared about their promotions, that was really telling, and that they credited our program for giving them the courage to take those leaps. That helped. That was an aha moment. We were on the right track. So that was one. I think another one that stands out for me is probably related to our mentors. We just ask them to minimally meet with their scholars once a quarter. That's all we ask, really. We want it to be meaningful, but that's what we ask. Our mentors go above and beyond that. We've had some, now they're all busy people, so they're not, but we've had some who are doing weekly appointments with their mentors. So that just kind of let us know that our mentors are they're passionate about this.
Mhm.
This isn't performative for them. This is like important to them. So that's the next aha moment. And I think the final thing that really stands out for me is probably related to the lunch and learns. I can't tell you a time that we haven't heard from either our scholars, from our mentors, and even our HBA staff. There hasn't been a moment when they haven't left there with this aha moment they experienced during the lunch and learn. And that's important because we know this program is focused on our scholars, but I'm learning that it has an even broader impact because our mentors are impacted and our staff are impacted as well. So I'd say those are three aha moments. I know I have some more, but those stand
Yeah.
out for me.
Those are great examples. I love it. So
Mhm.
now we know that the folks who are recommended for the Hope program are
Mhm.
recommended by our HBA corporate partners, which are the companies that they work for. So why do you think it is that Hope is attracting the support of these HBA corporate partners? What's in it for them?
Oh, I think there are a lot of benefits that our corporate partners experience as a result of enrolling their scholars. One, it just gives them an outlet for cultivating the talents of our high potential leaders at their companies. And so it gives them a means for tapping them for future opportunities within their companies. And it just really sends a message to those scholars that they're valued, by the company, and that there's this sense of belonging. And we all know that contributes to retention. So that's one benefit of the program. I think another benefit that these companies realize is just kind of visibility, both internally and externally. They are seen as inclusive employers. And so it's just one more thing they can mention in their recruitment efforts. And that's a benefit. But I think the ultimate benefit of the program is that at the end of the program, these scholars are ready to bring value to their companies. They're ready. And so that positions them for advancement. It helps the companies achieve their DE&I goals. And ultimately, it just helps the company achieve its goals. Those are pretty important benefits. And I think that's why people are getting excited.
That's great. So when you talk about aligning the Power of Possibilities theme this year, what are the 2 or 3 big opportunities for the HOPE program going forward?
Well, first, there's an opportunity to scale this program. We're really looking, we want to enroll more high potential talent. So those are definitely, that's a big opportunity for us going forward. Then we also want to encourage our scholars to become volunteers with the HBA. That's just another way to enhance their leadership capabilities and provide them with access. And then the big thing that we want to do is we want to develop a strong alumni group of HOPE scholars. And I guess the ultimate goal with that is we want to see HOPE scholars come to the program as HOPE mentors after they make it to the executive level. Yeah. So I think those are pretty important opportunities for us.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I am super excited. Thank you so much, Telesia, for all of the great work that you have done with creating this program and now scaling it up and growing it, and hoping that those tuned in will reach out and get more information and take it to their organization, but also to their staff, so that we build this great cohort and future pipeline of HOPE mentors. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of our HOPE sponsors, and they are Advanced Clinical, Otsuka, and America Pharmaceutical Incorporated. Thank you so much for sponsoring this wonderful program. And thanks to all of you for tuning in today.